Oh. Uh. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a contemporary singing specialist based in Australia, and today I am finally getting to watch some brand new Mamamoo. This is Where Are We Now? It has been a whole week, and boy, has it been hard to resist listening to this. So I'm keen to just dive straight on in and hear this brand new song from them. Let's get into it.
아름다웠던 눈이 부셔도 아프도록 설레며 울고 웃었던 고마웠었던 놓지 말자던 때론 다투고자 못 이룬 수많은 밤 한없이 행복해 웃음 지었던 Where we now 널 만나 몇 번의 계절을 지나 그 어딘가 헤매고 있는 게 아닐까 Where we now Where we now Where we now Where we now 기나긴 여행 중 어느 날 talking about
I'm so sorry to cut you off, Moonbyul. Oh my goodness, I have little shivers all up my arms, and not just because it's cold, because it's winter where I am. Not just because it's cold. That was so beautiful. Oh, I just realized one benefit of being a little bit delayed is the subtitles. Wow. Okay, we are definitely going back because there are some key little moments there that I just want to point out vocally. Starting off with Hwasa opening, we get all of those subtle little intimate sounding effects in her voice through here. I like that we started with Hwasa actually because it meant that we got this beautiful contrast between Hwasa's slightly more rich, more textured sounds. We get to contrast that to Huyen's just soaring, beautiful, soft vocals. Oh, I think this was arranged really nicely because we have Hwasa, warm, crisp, little crunchy, and then you have, I mean, crunchy not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like there's that just gorgeous texture in her voice that just makes you go, sounds beautiful. Very nice, very interesting to listen to. So you have Hwasa's timbre, then contrasted to Huyen's beautiful, soft, soaring vocals, which are moving really flexibly into Sola's belting. Ah, I love these girls on a ballad. I cannot. So we're gonna go back and we're just gonna listen to that contrast again.
고마웠었던 놓지 말자던 때론 다투고자 못 이룬 수많은 밤 한없이 행복해 웃음 지었던 Where we now 널 만나 몇 번의 계절을 지나 그 어딘가 헤매고 있는 게 아닐까 Where we now Where we now Where we now Where we now 기나긴 여행 중 어느 날
Before we dive into Moonbyul again, I'm starting to like get a little bit teary because I'm pretty certain this is their 7th year. Let me just double check. Yeah, so they started in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ah! Okay. Finally, let's move on to Moonbyul.
talking about where we going 어디론가
Moonbyul is singing. Oh, this is so cool. Because normally when it's the four of them, majority of the time Moonbyul raps. This is lovely that she's getting in on the singing there. So let's go back and just re-listen to this.
Talking about where we going? 어디론가 날 데려가 줄래? 아님 저 바람 부는 대로 그냥 흘러가겠고 얼마나 한 걸까 여긴 어디쯤일까? Oh, I know we all
Okay, so Moonbyul has a really beautiful softness to her tone. I mean, I really liked the little like staccato arpeggios that she did. I thought those sounded really, really nice and kind of showed off just how much space you can get in her vocal sound because we're so used to hearing this almost percussive quality to when Moonbyul raps that it's actually really nice to have this contrast going into her voice. Having listened to her mostly rapping through the majority of the Mamamoo songs that I've listened to, I'm used to hearing her rapping. So this is really lovely. Continuing on with that ballad flavor, I do just want to say though, Moonbyul's ability to lock in with rhythm, she's really, really sensitive to that kind of stuff. And I've noticed it in quite a few of her performances. She will like land right in the pocket, like 98% of the time. She's just really on it rhythmically, and you can hear it. There's that almost extra life to how she hits the rhythms through this bit that she just sang. And I don't know if that's because she spends the majority of her time rapping, which requires, I mean, high level rapping requires a really good awareness of space and time and how you can break that time up into little sections. So it could be a transferable skill from that. But she sits just right in the pocket. It's super tight. And yeah, I just feel that little bit of extra cleanliness. There's this crispness to how Moonbyul navigated the singing passage just there. Even though the tone was light, she's like locked right on in with that rhythm. Like it supports the groove that's going on there, man. These girls are just musical, so musically minded. Let's keep going.
On and on, we on the road. 싱겁게 달려왔다. 같이했던 모든 건 멋진 드라마 같은 걸. Yeah. No, 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 we know. 좋았던 기억. 끝은 어딘지 끝이긴 한지. 숨 쉬듯 그렇게 당연했었던 where we know. 날 만난 몇 번의 계절을 건너 그 어딘가 헤매고 있는 게 아닐까. Where we know, where we know, where we know, where we know. 기나긴 여행 중
Okay, freeze frame. They look like absolute goddesses. Oh, gorgeous. This is a really beautiful scene to me where they're just in the forest and they're all in white, just looking elegant as hell, ethereal. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Back to the vocals though, because that's what I'm meant to be analyzing. I'm not meant to be fangirling this hard, but here we are. Back to the vocals. Nice, clear, strong belting from Hwasa in that chorus. I feel like I've already reiterated this enough in my other Mamamoo reactions. Their vocals are steady. I would 150% believe that they could pull this song off, no issues at all live. Like, we just listened to their Killing Voice video. I'll link it up above if you haven't. They're solid, they're steady. Hwasa was sick in that video, and I had like a light suspicion just because there was a little bit of breakage in some of her sounds, and we got a little bit of interesting tonality things happening with her in the Killing Voice performance, but she still absolutely crushed that performance. So even sick, I reckon they could pull this off to at least recording standard. Like, I don't hear anything in this recording that I haven't heard them do live to a high standard. Anyway, I'm not getting through this at all like unscathed.
기나긴 여행 중 있던 모든 날 아름다운 이별 이곳에 너와 같은 꿈을 꾸던 우리들 Where we now
And there's the harmonies. Oh, is there more? Of course, it's them being adorable on an RV. Oh. Okay, I'm back. I'm cool. Ugh. All right. Be cool. Be cool. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is okay. All right. So, musically, I actually get like almost like a pop musical theatery vibe from the arranging of this particular song. Obviously, then we get these other little pop elements, like what sounds like a little bit like a trap beat that came in at one point. Obviously, it wasn't consistent. It was just for like one little moment, but I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So bringing a little bit of that hip hop element. Then at the end, where they kind of made it seem a little bit more, I don't know, maybe it's just my feeling, but when they brought in the snare drum, where they just had someone on the snare drum. To me, it almost makes it feel like more raw and emotional. Maybe it's just because other creative resources have used the roll on the snare drum before as something that's attached to something that's super emotional. So when I hear it now, I feel a little bit more emotional. It's almost like a roll call or a march, or like you're heading towards something. Yeah, so those little musical elements there I thought were interesting touches, and they kind of continued to feed on the emotional journey that I was on from the get-go. I mean, vocally, it's nothing we haven't heard them do before. The harmonies at the end, just beautiful. I really want to go off and watch them perform this live because, again, like I said earlier, I feel like they would just absolutely crush this. For a little bit more information on some of the vocal choices that were there, Hwasa started off in a super light mechanism. A lot of those intimate textured sounds coming through in her timbre as per usual. And then, of course, we have that contrasted to when she's belting full out, nice, clean, clear. It's a full tone, which, I mean, you can achieve some of that through production, but I've heard her belt before. I know she's got a full belt. So anyway, so we had that contrast from Hwasa, Sola coming through with the power belt in the choruses. And then, of course, towards the end where we hear her a little bit softer, Huyen with her lovely, beautiful, light, soaring vocals, we get that aspirated, lighter quality from her in the beginning. And then as we progress, again, that intensity. So I would say that for all four of them, we had that good contrast between something that's lighter and pulled back and a little bit more intimate contrast to the chorus where it's just like, oh, here's my whole heart. So we have that chorus, which has a lot of vocal power, a lot of energy going through it. I would like to just go back quickly and just see where Solo kicks in with that belt because, goodness me, is that insanely powerful. Oh, Ian. Where are we? See? C sharp. Oh, I was close. I mean, C sharp belt out the gate. Absolute powerhouse. Beautiful. And then, of course, for Hwasa, also going up to that C sharp belt into that second chorus. And it was the same. Beautiful on those harmonies. Yeah, still around that C sharp. So you know you gotta have the belting chops for pop music. It's just part of it. If you're wanting to do pure pop, or what they tend to do is a little bit of a mixed style, because K-pop has so many different influences that play a role in the musical journey of the groups, I guess you could say. But it's mostly, I would say, reliant on pop vocals across all the styles, no matter kind of what they're doing. It's usually a bass line in pop vocals. But that C sharp, that C5, C sharp, D5 is kind of where you want to be gunning for if you're wanting to be able to sing songs like this, which fit into that pop genre. So just letting you guys know that C5 is pretty industry standard, at least a C5. Another thing I just wanted to comment on quickly was the articulation, because the English of "where are we now," that w sound can be really difficult depending on what articulation patterns you're normally used to. And it might not be the case for Korean, but just if you are someone who is new to English, drawing your lips together in that w shape can be really difficult to do quickly if you're not used to it. And then, of course, you combine that with other consonants, which might be different, and you have the potential for the articulation not to come out nice and clear. I could understand them all singing that "Where Are We Now?" There were times where it got a little bit slidey, going into the "Where Are We Now?" because where are we now? So the "wah," we have this wow shape going on with our lips. If you are struggling with the w sounds, you can use a oh god, this is gonna sound like I'm encouraging you guys to drink. No, you can use a wine. That's not the point. You can use a wine cork and put the wine cork in your mouth and try and make that shape around the wine cork to get those muscles stronger and more reactive. In fact, a wine cork is an excellent articulation device, regardless, because you're having to work around something, but also you might activate muscles you've never had to activate before just because now you're trying to articulate around the wine cork. So that is a little tool that you can use to try and get those muscles to get more comfortable making that shape and making that shape quickly. So the "where are we now?" This that shape at the front becomes a little bit easier. It was lovely to hear Moonbyul singing, and that the focus was mostly this beautiful, melodic, sentimental, emotional story. It was definitely worth the wait on my part. I'm glad I didn't watch this as like a little sneaky peeky pre-watch. I'm glad I didn't do that. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have hit me quite as hard. Although I have a feeling I'll be listening to this later and just being like, please release more solo music. Beautiful arrangement. I really, really like these four in a ballad. They're just, they have strength, they have artistic sensitivity. Uh, mm, they can do whatever they want. Just do whatever you want. I will buy it. Anyways, that is where I'm going to leave this one today. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like, click the subscribe button and the bell notification beside it for more just like this one. As usual, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy, and I will see you next time.